The FBI has joined the investigation to determine whether the latest vandalism at a Jewish cemetery was a hate crime. On Saturday, about 100 headstones were knocked over at Mount Carmel Cemetery in Philadelphia. This is not the first time this has happened. In St. Louis, about 200 headstones were toppled. The FBI has opened a civil rights investigation into the Philadelphia incident. No arrests have been made. Kraft Heinz Foods is set to lay off 380 workers after an extensive search has left one of the company's plants without a new owner. And Thursday, Ferrari unveiled two cars at the Paris Motor Show. There was a convertible supercar called the LaFerrari Aperta coming in at around $2.2 million. This is the fastest Ferrari convertible, and only 209 of these cars will be made.
And after the break, fall is finally here, and we'll tell you all the fun things to do in Central New York.
Stay with us. It has been an unusually warm month here in Syracuse. Thanks to 4 straight days of temperatures above 60 degrees, this February has been the second warmest February in Central New York since 1903. President Trump plans to increase military spending by billions of dollars. The president says America needs to start winning wars once again. Trump plans to do so by investing $54 billion into security and defense programs. As a result, most federal agencies, such as the Environmental Protection Agency and Foreign Aid, will see a decrease in their budget. The president will release the final top-line budget in mid-March. Because of this, many kids are getting in on the industry starting at a young age. NCC Jeff Lawson is here to tell us about one company here in Syracuse that is helping the trend.
And boom.
Original Grain is a fairly new restaurant in Syracuse. Opened in late August and is located on the corner of West Fayette and South Salina Street. Its manager, Taylor Porter, says this restaurant brings something that downtown Syracuse has been lacking for some time now.
This is more like southern, it's like California vibes and, you know, kind of like the skater vibes, surfer vibes sort of thing. And it's a lot more like health food oriented and kind of set towards a different group of people.
But who is their target audience?
We get a ton of SU students, like all the time. That's pretty much mostly our business here. And a lot of the business people downtown come in here on a daily basis are just saying our lunch rush is like insane. So we always get like the people are like really on the go all the time. Because it's not a sit down restaurant. It's more of, you know, a quick once through kind of thing. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes for you to really get your food and get out.
There are salad bowls, sandwiches, and smoothies like this one, blended with bananas, mangoes, strawberries, and sweet potatoes, topped with protein, natural sugars, and of course, lots of color for a picture-perfect moment. Original Grain is an innovative and high-tech hangout place, a perfect match for a millennial looking to eat a bit more green and clean, says Porter. With rock music playing in the background and smiles on all the employees, this place will welcome you with open arms. Is your child a college student looking for a summer internship? SU student Albia Alziaidi says South Salina Street holds a diamond in the rough. This storefront may say Vision Center, but people don't come here to get their eyes checked out. They come here to create new visions. Mercy Works is a group of individuals stationed at the Vision Center. They provide numerous hands-on enrichment programs for younger kids and paid internship opportunities for college students like Abia.
It helped me with my communication, it helped me with my leadership skills, it helped me, you know, to see starting off at nothing with this project and then having this great outcome and seeing how planning made it possible.
Hands-on learning is enforced here. From writing business plans to building robots, the students do it all. Program Director Nati Cabrera likes to engage the students in critical thinking by allowing them to find their own answers.
That builds their determination to go beyond their current circumstance. Then we succeed.
Mercy Works is a symbol for renovation. Despite some of the difficult backgrounds that the students have come from, they believe they can help remold their futures. They have the space, now they need the volunteers. If you would like to become a volunteer, you can do so by contacting them via their website, vcsyracuse.com. For NCC News, I'm Candace Higgins. Mayor Stephanie Miner announced that the city will once again collaborate with the university.
My pleasure to announce that Syracuse University and the city of Syracuse have come to an agreement to extend and enter into a new service agreement.
Chancellor Kent Syverud says the university will provide a large sum of money to the city of Syracuse. But how much?
In total, this new agreement will provide the city an unprecedented level of funding totaling $7 million over the next 5 fiscal years.
The mayor says that this agreement will compensate for the impact that Syracuse University has on city services, as well as provide more funding to community organizations.
As the city grows and as it fulfills its needs, that we have the tools and the resources to help them do that. This is the details of which I'm happy to share with you, but really the most important part of this agreement is two entities working together in forwarding both of our destinies.
From the very beginning of the Minor administration, acquiring additional funding has been a priority. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Candace Higgins, NCC News. A recipient of the Labor Council's annual awards dinner credits something unusual to her beginnings as a labor activist. Juanita Perez Williams learned about the significance of civil rights through the Great Boycott of 1965.
During the boycott of grapes, the Cesar Chavez and the United Farm Workers, there was a grocery store near us, and they refused to stop selling grapes. And she took us all downtown. We had our picket signs.
That childhood memory has shaped her views today.
I support organized labor, and I believe in it. And I believe that we are about the community and the masses as opposed to just ourselves. And I got that very much from just learning about growing grapes and who grows them.
As an activist, the well-being of others is always on her mind.
At 52 years old, when I go to Higgins and I get to buy grapes, I still hesitate. Because I remember, and I remember that somebody picked those grapes. Somebody out there. Where are they? What are their conditions? What are they going through?
The Greater Syracuse Labor Council hopes to continue to bring economic justice to working families. Candace Higgins, NCC News. It may only be March, but to get your summer body ready, you might want to think about starting now. Are you looking for an alternative to working out in the gym? How about trying yoga? Yoga with Dara. Dara Harper teaches yoga at the Wachiva Cultural Center here in Syracuse.
Keep your head under.
A college student named Austin Arrington says he is glad to have found an alternative form of exercise.
Feeling in touch with my body, healing, some things, stretching. Also, I think mental clarity, sense of peace through the meditation aspect, and also sense of community.
Dara says relaxation is vital, especially for people in this day and age.
Having a few moments of, you didn't see like one phone in the room, nobody was being dinged or pinged or texted or vibrated. Everybody is just relaxed. And that's a very important part because you need to connect back in with yourself. And if you don't take that time of quiet for even just a second to be mindful, it's very difficult to understand what your life is becoming.
The Consensus, a group of high-profile individuals, has a lot planned for the future of Onondaga County, but the talk of consolidation worries a few. Khalid Bey of the south side of Syracuse suggests the Consensus might be up to something other than the bettering of the county.
A diminishing of African American or quote-unquote minority voting power.
At the most recent meeting held on Monday in the Huntington School of Eastwood, Kevin Schwab, a representative of Consensus, spoke to a crowd of about 40 to discuss the proposed plans. With a majority Anglo-Saxon crowd, Mr. Schwab made sure he included the worries of the 3 people of color in attendance.
It is an absolute priority for Consensus that representation not be lost and that it is a fair representation of our community.
Mr. Schwab says the commission wants to hear the voices of all.
No one should lose representation, should have their representation diminish. The voices of every part of this community have to be a part of this process.
Not understanding the difference between public parking and parking on private property can lead you to one expensive parking fine. A parking booth attendant named David Launenberg for the Key Bank in downtown Syracuse says some try to get over on the system.
Some people choose to ignore that and take the chance to go ahead and park and ignore the signs, ignore payment. So That usually takes place after the lot is closed down. People just take their chances.
Due to the rise of booted cars, City Hall has gotten involved. Councilman Stephen Thompson says there has been an upset among citizens regarding the bootment of their cars by parking in what they assumed were public lots. But the owners of these spaces do in fact have the right to tow any vehicle parked in their lot.
It came to our attention, the city's attention first, and the city asked, along with the chief of police, the police department, asked the council to put some ordinance together relative to this booting policy. Because what they were being told is that individuals were heading out to, they were up in the university area and they would park their vehicle and they'd go across the street and they'd come back and there'd be this boot on it and they were charged $150.